show you a little. So, you notice my character is short, and this is the unnatural state. You can see eventually. So, during my discovery, I've noticed that the Vikings have a little advantage than other races while on foot. And I will show you what I'm talking about in a little bit. So, when you're picking a race, you will usually need to go find an Appearance Modifier, either on the space station or in the anomaly, or at some space like the one right here. And when you would go into your pick one of your races, and of course this is not the view for it. That real quick. That was important finally. So when you pick a race, you will notice your character options are a little bit different station sizes. So by default, each race has a unique little size identified for each of the races. What I discovered for the Vy'keen, if you haven't noticed, by pushing quarterbacks and Vikings, that they're short, that you see that their arms are maybe a little bit higher. That which means that they must be up at a higher height than any of other races. So what this means that they're scaled much bigger. Because they're different, so I looked in the files, and the Vikings are scaled at 1.1, where all other races are scaled at 1. Now you may say, well, why the Geks are shorter though? But for Geks, they actually have their own modifier, which is for a Gek body, which will make them, when it's set, as short as they are. And if you play with the files, you can actually make any of their races short. So that's why when I have a Vy'keen, he isn't that short. He has a Gek body. So what I discovered with the Vy'keen, I'll use the default so that there's no contamination here. So I'm going to pick the anomaly real quick. So I'll pick the anomaly. I'll save. Now I want to pull out the multi-tool. So you notice the multi-tool. Now you may not notice anything. You will have to be a third person to see that. What you see when I'm melee is looks just normal. If you kind of watch the weapon not as it moves, you notice it's the same scale. So now I'm gonna pick a Vy'keen. And I'm gonna go out to any spot. I'm gonna melee. Watch the monster. You notice a little something strange kind of with it, but it's kind of hard to notice. It's really faint. You just gotta kind of watch it. That when you melee, the actual multi-tool gets a little bit bigger. And you may wonder why that's important. So this is something you need to run, so it gets important. So what that means is when I pick an anomaly, respect an anomaly. If you are melee and moving, you're going to go at a certain rate. So I'm going to use this as a reference right here. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to see how far I get from here. Just normal move. Try to. So that was a good hit there. So that about right here. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to switch back to the Vy'keen. And I'll just throw it again. I'm gonna throw it again. I'm gonna go back in here. Ignore this guy. He had a big battle earlier. So I'm about right here. I'm bringing the multi-tool out. So you kind of see now, like the multi-tool just kind of changes a little bit, size a little bit. I'm on a melee, about the same spot. Now I went a little further. I'll try it again just in case I wasn't paying attention to it. Alright, try it again. kind of slightly a little bit further because I can tell because I've noticed a little bit. So what I've been noticing is with the slight scale, you are actually going a little bit further, but you may like, well, that's not much, but like when you apply it to the melee boost, it actually also increases your distance that you normally go. And if you're smart enough, good enough, you can do the shuffle, allows you to move faster around the place, and it actually does seem a lot faster getting around than it is playing the other races. But if you're not convinced, I will show you one thing that I've done to prove that besides this scale is affected. So on this slot is I'll go in camera mode. Is a giant gek. If you were on anomaly for past week, you would have seen this character. So what I've noticed, so now you may be like, well, what's this gonna do? Because it's just scaled. But you notice as I'm walking, I'm going really slow because the character will naturally move at the same speed regardless of the size. However, when you melee boost or do a melee attack, your multi-tool reacts. And now you notice I'm now this big. This is a 12 scale character, and you notice that the melee weapon is bigger. So I will prove this is bigger with the camera mode in a second. You see how big this multi-tool is now with just the melee. You know, now this is just because it's from the melee attack. Now I'll show you when it's without melee. I'll take it. I got it. Now I'm not meleeing. It's at natural size because now it's going by the model. The melee actually temporarily replaces the model and affects the scale of it, and that's why it gets bigger. Now, here's what I noticed because it's bigger. If I start moving as it, I'm actually going a lot farther than intended, which means that the bigger your character is, and you use the melee boost, you're going to go a lot farther than you normally would go. So let's see. So right here, so here's the test. So right there, that's 7 minutes. If I would melee in the normal walk stat, it will take me 7 minutes, even for a character. If I was scaled up with Vy'keen, it's probably a little bit less, just still take some time. I'm gonna show you. In the past, we used to have a shuffle that used to take us for long distances really fast. So this is just gonna be the first attempt, just melee, no shuffle. I need to get my resources back up. And of course, playing this scale is going to be bigger, but you can also see it go in first person, and it won't. You still apply the movement. There, so I'll show you. I still go really far just from a melee attack. So I'm gonna go hit. Hopefully the storm. It's kind of good. The storm going. So I can make this jet faster. We got it. Now I'm at 5 minutes. you go there. But you can see this did not take me 7 minutes to get over here. And that's just using the melee. That's fine. And you see, I've arrived to the settlement. That's all I have over here. Now, because this is a not natural state, you're not really to go this far. But it gives you an idea that when you're playing the Vy'keen, and you're doing your melee jumps, you can technically go a little bit further on foot with the Vy'keen compared to other races. But that's just to prove that you can do it. So now, the shuffle, of course, requires you to do this little action where you're holding the melee button. So if you just hold the melee button, it's just doing that. So you notice that on my vault caster, I have a little bit of ammo used up. So it will require me, if I can reload just like that. But if I have fire, if I'm holding melee and I press the reload, it will allow me to repeatedly melee. So, but because of that, because how the melee works while movement, if I do that while moving, it allows you to go really far distances in a really short time. And it proved also proved that the scale can be the inverse if they allowed us to scale at a smaller size. Show you at a smaller size. This little golden deck anomaly. I'll do it in third person since it's easier now. I can see him. Now you notice your real time. Now I'm not going that far. I'm not going as fast as I'm going. And now watch the multiple now. You see now the multiple shrinks in size. So the usefulness of this really is just to show that if you're going to be a Vy'keen, that you do get a little small buff on the melee attack. And I'll go back to my Vy'keen. That's what the little thing I found out in the past week here. So yeah, you see now that weapons are a little bigger. Even though this is natural scale stock for it. So the Vy'keens are scaled at 1.1. Other races are scaled at 1. And that's the usefulness of being a Vy'keen. Have a good day.